The TSS, when I bought this machine back in 2001, this machine was the best that I could find. I looked at all the machines, there were great machines, but this Laguna tool was phenomenal. And it had everything I wanted. I wanted a sliding table, it had the bigger motor, it had the 3 horsepower, what I really liked is the scoring blade. Because I do cross-cut on I use Baltic birch for all my cabinets. This is what I use. And so having the scoring blade was very good for me. Dust collection, I have dual systems. I have this system here, which uses the lower table. Now this is my upper draft here. Sliding table works really great. This here pulls all the way through. You can see here. Okay? But let's say many times I don't use a sliding table, because you use a sliding table for some, like plywood or something like that. But here, I can lock out my sliding table. Now, if I'm using a lot of wood, I can lift this up here, lock it in. My wood slides across. Now, longer wood, I just lift these up here on the end, like this. Now you have access to pull all the way across. So more than enough here. And this works really well. And it's out of the way. So, many times when you're working by yourself, putting a stand up, sometimes you hit the stand, it knocks over. Here it gives me 3 more feet of length. Because I needed more outfeed table here, this is a dust collection table. I designed this. Okay? And that's just a part of this table system here. Routing destroys my shop, and the reason why is I know that when I go to Festool, I've looked at all those machines. Festool routers have the best dust collection, so that's my next big investment. There's no question about it. That's like, the Festool routers will save my life and my lungs. So, very, very good machines. Because I'm a healthcare practitioner, I've been that way, and especially into occupational problems. Being an alternative in holistic medicine, I see a lot of woodworkers, and because I belong to San Diego Fine Woodworkers over the years, going down there, how many men have problems with their lungs, and how many people are selling their equipment because of lung problems? It happens a lot. And that's just in San Diego. I know it's happening a lot of places. We're using more exotic woods. Here in San Diego, we have a tremendous amount of access to exotic woods, and these exotic woods, to many people, we don't know, it's different to different people, especially like rosewoods or different woods. And so we need to get that dust out of the shop. The Laguna bandsaw is a fantastic piece of machinery. It couldn't be better. This machine is just phenomenal. I have the SE18. It works really well. I upgraded it to a 5 horsepower. I sometimes get into teak. And so the 5 horsepower and doing some resaw, it works great. I have no problem with that. And of course, I definitely use the carbide tip blades. That's the ultimate, especially with teak. It works great. I've upgraded since the very beginning. I always get a hold of Laguna, and they're always upgrading everything. And I put the new fence system, and I really like this. It's where the fence system is phenomenal. I like it because you can move it, slide it, and then lock it in. You can turn it, lock it in, and then it has micro adjustments. This is a fantastic thing where I just do micro adjustment, turn it right in. It's a really nice thing. I added something to it. I've added a thing where, because I do so much resaw, I added it to where I put this in here, I just screw this in, now I have a higher fence. I have never had a problem with this machine. This is rock solid. And the reason being I went with Laguna 2 is Sam Malouf. Had Laguna, and I went up to some classes with Sam Malouf. I think very highly of Sam Malouf. I like his work. And I saw that machine. I saw how he used it, of course. Everybody knows how Sam uses a machine. But the machine's phenomenal. And so I was really impressed with it. So this is pretty much the center of my shop. The next thing is my joiner. And this is a Laguna 12-inch. And I got this back in 2002 from them. It's an older machine, but it's phenomenal. It has tersa blades. It has the 4 tersa blades, which I really like. And if anybody who knows tersa blades, they're great. They're very easy. You just knock them out. Basically, just tap the blade out. You pull it out. To put it in, you put the blade in, set it, put all 4 blades in, turn it on, and they all lock into position. Very easy. This machine is phenomenal. This is a Grigio. It's sold by Laguna. It's a fantastic machine. I've done a lot of research on planers, and I saw a lot of them. And this machine was phenomenal. It had everything I wanted. It has power lift. It has main power on-off. It has lift where you go up and down on it very easily. But what's nice about this machine that's so different is it also has a hand brake, such that you can just move it 1 micro. You can do anything, just very little, very easy. What's nice is that this is using a 5-inch port. I can open it up and it pulls dust. So what's nice is I did go with the 3-phase on this machine. 3-phase, this is where I needed to get a 3-phase converter. And I did a lot of research, and Laguna Tool had by far the finest 3-phase converter system. And they had the McKay, and it was just a great machine. So what I have here is, when I want to run 3-phase, I just turn this button on, red light turns on, shows that my 3-phase is turned on, I'm ready to go. So I can use this machine as well as my Laguna saw. I went with 3-phase with the Laguna because I'm using a 5 horsepower as well. So these machines are using pretty big motors. I can come in here and I feel good. In all the chaos in the world, I can come in here and sit down, and this is organized. And for me, this is really a quiet place, and I feel good in my shop. I've poured close to 125 yards of concrete on this house, put in over 10 tons of rock. I've built out put in the floors, the wood floors, done all the flagstone, the slate, built a lot of the construction, all the interior. This house, when we bought it, we tore out the plumbing, the electrical, everything. This was a gutted house. We put in everything new. I'm an electrician, I'm a plumber, I do landscaping, I do it all. All right, well, I want to thank you very, very much for coming, and I hope that you got some ideas to share with your other people as well. And I think that most of the things you can do, that most everybody can do in my shop. Nothing's very special, that's special. And just want to thank you very, very much for coming.